Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle channel, and today we're going to look at a bluegrass song called Love Is Like a Flower. Love Is Like a Flower is a request for Richard, one of my supporters on Patreon. Now, he asked for this in the key of G, and I'm going to play out in the key of G, but the original by Lester Flatt in 1957 was actually in B flat, but everyone seems to have interpreted that as actually being B, or prefers it in B. So that's the key I'm going to do most of this lesson on. And we're going to look at the key of B itself because this is something that crops up quite a lot in bluegrass. And I'm going to base most of this lesson on the version by the Bluegrass Album Band featuring Bobby Hicks. And I'm going to give you the basic melody and Bobby Hicks's solo, as well as some general ideas on improvising in the key of B. So the basic melody is very simple. But because it's in the key of B, we're going to use a technique called the Fiddle capo, or capo if you're British, which means placing your first finger on the B note on the A string and on the F sharp on the E string. And I've just done a video on the Fiddle capo, which will help you understand what's going on here and the many values of learning this technique. So the melody goes 1, 2, 3. Now, what I did there with the A's are all sharp, so you can bring your first finger down. The advantage of using the Fiddle capo is that when you play these notes, then you get those lovely drones, which you normally will only get in the easy keys like D and A. So on that note, for example, you're playing the C sharp, but your first finger is automatically giving you an F sharp drone. Let's just have a look at the key of B. So we're going to start with the second finger, third, first, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, open, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then down. So you can see that is quite tricky with those first fingers dodging up and down. Let's now look at using the Fiddle capo and using the pentatonic scale. And notice this scale means you can avoid dodging up and down on the first fingers because we're not using any of those notes. If you put your first finger on the root on the G string, there, use the same fingering. So let's look at Bobby Hicks' solo from that Bluegrass Album Band recording. And he starts off playing the melody fairly simply and in first position. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this bit is tricky. So we've got our Fiddle capo. We've got our first finger on the F sharp and second finger on the C sharp. Leaving your first finger where it is, put your third finger down on a D natural and then slide that up to a D sharp. And then from there, first finger on a B and an A natural underneath it with your fourth finger. So that's a real discord but a deliberate one. So just going up to there again. And then from there, we're keeping your first finger on again and putting the third finger down. So that line again. Now, we've got a fast run, which I think can only be done in second position. So the fourth finger is going down on the D string to play a B. And then we're going to use the fingering, this fingering which is based around that fiddle capo on the key of B. So now try playing that in first position, and you'll soon find the difference. You'll find out how much more difficult it is in first position. So let's go through that again. So it comes one beat after the bar line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And we're ending on first finger on the root. So let's do the whole of that solo, and we'll do it slowly and with the backing. Starting in first position. Second. And notice that that solo runs on for an extra bar, which as quite often happens with bluegrass. Now, is it worth learning that solo? Personally, I would say the first half is worth learning. The second half is too tricky for what it is, in my opinion. But some people like to do things exactly as they were once done. My opinion is find something that suits exactly your technique and your style and your level, and stick with that. So I'm going to give you a up to speed version of the basic melody and then a solo which I will make up myself, and I will find it a lot easier to play than the one that is written down there. Second position. Okay, finally, as promised, I'll do it in the key of G. I'll just show you the basic melody. And I will play you out with some backing for that and a solo in G. In an ideal world, the fiddle player would choose the keys for all the songs that you play in a bluegrass band, but we do not live in an ideal world. We live in a world where singers will only sing in their own key, and the guitarists and banjo players will stick their capo on when and where they like, no matter how hard the key is. But I think it's valuable to learn how to play in the key of B. So there's this and a few more songs which you'll find on the Fiddle channel. On my Patreon page there is a video all about playing in the key of B. And I do hope you'll consider joining me on Patreon, because there you can get hold of all of my PDFs in one go without having to ask for them, and also you will help to keep these videos coming. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.